In 2009, Bitcoin flashed across the internet with the perception of freedom in action in a free market. Some may see it as an online version of cash, that is, an alternative to paper money. You can use it to buy products and services, and it is not controlled by the government or banks. People can also spend their bitcoins fairly anonymously. On the other hand, others criticize its use in illegal transactions and see it as a gambling device. Then, from an investment perspective, it has a high-risk profile. It is volatile and is a speculative bubble at various times. Bitcoin is not for every investor. So, what is so special about it, and what is the technological perspective behind it? In the coming few minutes, we'll dive in to seek some answers and identify the technology behind Bitcoins. Bitcoin is described as a cryptocurrency or a digital currency, is a type of money that is completely virtual. So there are no physical bitcoins, only balances kept on a public ledger that everyone has transparent access to. Being a digital currency means that Bitcoin is primarily managed, stored, or exchanged on digital computer systems, especially over the Internet. It is operated by a decentralized authority. Next, Bitcoin is described as a cryptocurrency. A cryptocurrency is a medium of exchange, such as the US dollar, but is digital and uses encryption techniques to control the creation of monetary units and to verify the transfer of funds. It uses cryptography to secure information and communications in storing and transmitting data involved, where a cryptography refers to secure information and communication techniques derived from mathematical concepts and a set of rule-based calculations called algorithms to transform message or the text of transaction in ways that are hard to decipher. So it is a method of protecting information and communication through the use of codes. In cryptography, messages used in transaction are processed by converting ordinary plain text into text that is impossible to understand. So it is a method of storing and transmitting data in a particular form so that only those for whom it is intended can read and process it. In case of Bitcoin, a hash function is used in this algorithm, so a fixed length hash value is computed as per the plain text that makes it impossible for the contents of the plain text to be recovered. The record-keeping technology behind the Bitcoin network is called blockchain. Blockchain is a specific type of database. It differs from a typical database in the way it stores information. Blockchains store data in blocks that are then chained together. A blockchain is used as a ledger for transactions. The blockchain is maintained by a peer-to-peer network. This network is a collection of nodes that are interconnected to one another, where nodes are individual computers that are equally privileged. sense called peers. In this network, there is no one central server. There are several distributed and decentralized peers. The network partitions its entire workload between participants. In a peer-to-peer system, there is no central authority, and hence, if even one of the peers in the network goes out, you still have more peers to download from. One of the main uses of the peer-to-peer network is file sharing. When you purchase a Bitcoin, sell your Bitcoins, or buy goods or services with Bitcoins, these transactions are verified by other users through peer-to-peer network, and the transactions are added to the ledger. The participants' digital signature, transaction amount, and seller's digital signature are all stored in the block. A block has certain storage capacity. Once the block is filled with data, a computed hash is then assigned to the block so that it can join the blockchain. Hash is a unique identifying code that helps in distinguishing one block from the other. Since a hash is a function that converts an input of letters and numbers into an encrypted output of a fixed length. A hash is created using an algorithm and is essential to blockchain management in cryptocurrency. Once hashed, the block is added to the blockchain, where the block is chained onto the previous filled block, which makes the data chain together in chronological order. So the blockchain is a linked list that contains data and a hash pointer. A hash pointer that points to its previous block. A hash pointer contains the address of the previous block and the hash of the data inside the previous block.